The cash receipts journal. So we are going to do the cash receipts journal of Limehouse Cleaners. So in other words, we are a cleaning service. So whenever you see anything regarding money received for cleaning of anything, then it means that that is your services rendered, so your current income, unless they tell you it is other cleaning services. Then this is for August 2022, and we need the following columns in our CRJ. So I've already prepared that. Here we go. So it's for August 2022. This is the business name. And there we have analysis of receipts, bank, current income, and sundry accounts. Right. So first of all, let's just look at our CRJ here. So we need to identify the source document issued for this transaction, because remember, all transactions must have source documents as evidence that the transaction occurred. Then we're going to indicate the date, so the day on which this transaction occurred, which day of August. Details is who did we receive this money from? And then if it was received at the business premises, in other words, not directly into the bank account, then it will go to analysis of receipts. All cash receipts must go to bank because you need to indicate that you received the money. Remember when we did the accounting equation? We said whenever we received money, it must go to bank. Then you're going to indicate why you received the money. So current income may only be used if you receive the income for services rendered. If you received it for any other reason, it's going to go to sundry accounts, and you are going to indicate why you received the amount. Okay, so let's go. On the 3rd, the owner, Betty, won 16,000 Rand. Lucky lady. Oh, guy, because it's he. Okay, so Betty's a he. He decided to invest half of the winnings in his business. The amount was deposited into the current bank account of the business. And then we issued receipt number 1. Okay, so the document is receipt number 1 that we issued. Oh, this is very large. Let me just quickly do this. There we go. Okay, so this was receipt number 1. And we issued this receipt number 1 on the 3rd day of the month. You know, I prefer having my 0 in front of the 3. Then the details. Who did we receive this from? From Betty Butter. Interesting name. And now, was this received at my business premises or directly into my bank account? Okay, so the amount was deposited into the current bank account of the business. In other words, it was directly into my bank account, skipping analysis of receipts. Now, what is the amount? Yes, the owner won 16,000 Rand, but he only invested half of the winnings. So only invested 8,000 Rand into the business bank account. So therefore, 8,000 Rand received by the business. This was not for services rendered, so it can't go to current income. It was for something else, so sundry account. And that something else is capital. Next up, we received on the 8th of August, we received 1,600 Rand cash for services rendered. So services rendered means that at your business premises in your till, you now received this money. Therefore, source document CRR. Then the day is the 8th. Whenever it is cash for services rendered, your details will be services rendered. Then remember we said that your cash register is at your business premises. You're not going to put your cash register at the bank and then your customers are going to go pay there. It's at your business premises. Therefore, it must go to analysis of receipts. All cash receipts must go to bank. This was for services rendered, therefore, current income. Right, next up, on the 15th, more than one thing happened. So first of all, you received an EFT payment. Oh, it isn't more than one. It's just one transaction that flows. Okay. So on one day, the 15th, you had one transaction. And this is that you received an EFT payment from Sunshine Preschool for the following services rendered. So if it is services rendered that was not at the business premises via EFT, then you are going to indicate who you received the money from. The reason being that this name, Sunshine Preschool, will reflect on your bank statement. So to make it easier for you to compare your CRJ with the amounts received on your bank statement, you will indicate the specific name. Remember, when it is directly into your bank account and it doesn't say that you issued a receipt, then your source document is B/S, meaning you will see this on your bank statement. EFT is also allowed here. However, to make it easier once we start doing the cash payments journal in term 3, I prefer having B/S in my CRJ, and then I keep my EFTs for my CPJ. So on the 15th, we received from Sunshine Preschool directly into our bank account. So we're skipping analysis of receipts. We received more than one amount. So, or more than, reason is more than one amount. There we go. Okay. I just want to get my calculator, sorry. So we have the following. We received for this month or this day 15 blankets that we dry cleaned at 20 Rand each. So 300 Rand for that. Plus, so it's one EFT for 2 separate types of things that we cleaned. We also cleaned 10 towels and dried them at 15 Rand each. So 10 times 15. So 150 for the towels and 300 for the blankets. So in total, we received on this day 450 Rand. Let me just, oh my gosh, there we go. So 450 Rand that we received directly into our bank account for services rendered. Okay. Then on the 22nd, we received more than one or had more than one receipt on the same day from 2 different sources. So on the 22nd, first of all, we received 5,800 Rand for the rent of part of the building. So it doesn't say whether this was directly into the bank account. So I'm just going to assume that I received the amount at my business premises. So that means that I would have issued a receipt. Okay, so if we don't tell you it's directly into the bank account, then assume that you received it at your business premises, which means that you had to issue a receipt. The receipt number will just follow on the previous receipt number. And this was received from Thelma Witter. So because it is at the business premises, it must first go to analysis of receipts. However, I'm not going to take it to bank immediately because I had more than one cash receipt on the same day, which means that I need to add these 2 amounts in bank because I'm going to take all of my cash received at my business premises on the 22nd, and I'm going to go to the bank one time to avoid all of those bank charges. I'm going to go to the bank one time and deposit the full amount into my bank account. Therefore, I will also show that as one amount in bank. But for now, the 5,800 received at my business premises was not for services rendered. It was for something else, and that something else is rent income. Then on the same day, as per my cash register, I had services rendered. So my cash register is at my business premises. Therefore, I will have that in analysis of receipts first. And this was for services rendered, therefore current income. So the total that I received for this day is then the total analysis of receipts for the day added together. There we go, 8,300 Rand that I received in total on this day. Right, so it only happens if you have more than one cash receipt at your business premises for the day. And then we just draw a line to indicate that this is now the last one for the day. Because remember, what if you received like 10 different receipts? Then obviously you need to indicate where this now stops. Then the last one is the business also received an 800 Rand donation from a local investor, Mr. B Spice. So the business received on the 28th, let me just quickly fix this because it's also a bit, font is too big here. Okay, so we received at the business premises on the 28th from Mr. B Spice. We received money. Then, this is not a service rendered. It is something else that I received at my business premises. I need a source document. So I cannot have cash register roll because this is not received in my cash register. This is for something else. Therefore, I'm going to issue another receipt, and this is now receipt number 3. We received it at our business premises, so it must first go to analysis of receipts. All cash receipts must go to bank. This was not for services rendered, it's for something else. And that something else is donations received. Okay, so remember that you are not done with your journals unless you have totaled your journals. And we never total analysis of receipts. So I'm going to start here with my sundry. So that's 14,600. Okay, sorry, just the alignment there. And then 1,600 plus 450 plus 25. So 4,550. And then the last one, bank, is 8,000 plus 1,600 plus 450 plus 8,300 plus 800. So 19,150 Rand. So now you'll see if you add all of the amounts that follow after bank, it will add up to what you have in bank. So that means that you have recorded all of your transactions. You didn't, by accident, double record anything. You are happy with your CRJ.